Hi, Rachel. I'm laughing at myself. Sorry. I'm laughing at myself and I hesitate to say this. Hey, didn't you say, I'm going to pivot. This is our 60th episode, right?
Yes! 60!
Yes! Woo.
Hooray! I wanted to like do some sort of like, this isn't Zoom, so I don't know if I can do a reaction,
Yeah,
like
right.
like an explosion
Oh,
or
there's probably something in here that how did
I
you
did it.
do
Okay, ready?
that? Oh.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell a little secret. I graduated in 1992 from high school, and my senior pictures literally had laser beams behind me. Do you remember? Like senior pictures were all about like in a studio with
Right.
yeah. And you had stupid cheesy backgrounds on whatever, not like cool things the kids are doing now, like on a train track. And literally, I had to wear like a suit thing, and I was like. That's embarrassing. Okay, what else we have?
Oh.
60th, you guys. We've been, and actually, we were just talking about how we've done more than 60. We just didn't start counting them.
Right.
We were just showing up.
They still count.
Yeah. Now we're counting.
We're more than 60. We're
more than 60. And on that note, may we ask that whoever's listening, spread the love. Right? Share this link with wherever you're watching this, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or you saw it on something. Please share it, subscribe, like it, so we can get it out there more and get more people enjoying the content and learning something and having fun with us, interacting with us. So if you find it valuable, please share it. We would love that.
Yes, agreed. All right. Well, Rachel, how is your fall? I loving the weather, right?
The fall, yes. Loving everything about it.
Yes.
So good.
And I wanted to say that I have already kind of shifted, pivoted, changed my routine because of the later morning sun. The day is breaking a little bit later. And so, I changed to working out, doing my little workout weight routine first, and then walk afterward. But actually, I did that, but then I've also shifted the walk because unfortunately, I think I messed up my forefoot. Ooh. Yeah, I might have a stress fracture actually.
Ooh,
I know. Yeah. Yes, but I'm not saying no to exercise. I'm not saying no to movement. I'm just going to do it differently. So, Rachel, that kind of brings me. We've been talking about these maybe hacks for health or health hacks and what they are, what they're not. They're not shortcuts. They're not whatever. What's that get out of jail free card?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No quick fix here.
No quick fix. No, but they are kind of compressed information or compressed physiology into like a little mantra that I can hang on to on a regular basis daily and like, this is what I do. This is who I am. This is how I do.
Yeah. Yes. I love the way you said that, expressed physiology. So taking the concepts that we know of our physiology, of biology, of health, of metabolic health, we're compressing it down into like a statement or a little live by, a little rule, a little mantra. And they are based on the knowledge that we have, but they're short, quick things. So it's helpful to understand a little bit behind hacks so you understand where it's coming from. You can design your own hacks. You can create your own. A lot of it's habitual, like little habit tweaks or tricks that get you doing the things that you want to do or keep you from doing things you don't want to do.
Yes. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, and we've spent several weeks talking about nutrition, and we wanted to pivot today to movement.
Yes.
And I choose that word movement very intentionally because the E word has gotten, People don't like that E word.
Right. Right.
Mm.
It's connected with some old stories, old behaviors, old pressures, old
Mm-hmm.
judgment. We're talking about exercise, of course, but when we reframe it to call it movement,
Mm-hmm.
then there can be intentional movement that sounds a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more like exercise, and
Mm-hmm.
there can be natural movement as
Mm-hmm.
part of your day, as part
Right.
of just keeping your body in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Motion creates emotion, positive emotion,
Mm-hmm.
and it creates lotion,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Ooh, wonderful. Those are actually those. Yeah. So that might be our beginning little mantra. Is the first one is the body is made to move or meant to move. The body's meant to move. And then I love that motion creates emotion and motion creates lotion. Say a little bit more about the emotion.
Yeah, we know, well, anybody who's ever moved in a wonderful way, in on a walk with your kids, with your grandkids, we know how it feels. Some fresh air, the joy of the conversation, seeing something beautiful, or if you're in the gym and you're pounding it out on a bike, you feel it's hard in the beginning or during, but afterwards we get those endorphins. We
Mm-hmm.
happy hormones, happy
Right.
chemicals flooding
Yeah.
our body, and we actually feel better. We feel proud of ourselves for doing something good for our bodies. We
Mm-hmm.
feel stronger. We maybe mentally worked out some stuff. When I walk, I process so much. I always think clearer. I'm always more positive, and I always feel more creative and open after when I walk, specifically walking, more than any other type of exercise.
Yeah.
So it creates a positive emotion. It helps change negative emotions or negative stressors to a positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To add to that, that there's just been study after study after study that shows, that when we take a little break during our day, we get away from the computer, step away from the desk.
Yes.
And we take a break, even though the inbox is still piled high, when we purposefully step away and walk or move our body in some way,
Yeah.
for 15 minutes and come back, we will be much more productive for the next hour or whatever. Yeah. So, yes. So movement, we can think of purposeful movement in as far as, I go to the gym or I do a run or here are my weights. And then there's non-exercise activities, my walk on my break or taking the stairs or parking farther away. Those kinds of things. So in this wellness space, they kind of divide it into two. Yeah. Another little mantra that I like to think of, and we have a list. We're just kind of introducing the topic.
Introduce the topic today. Yeah.
And then we'll come to our list maybe next week. How do you like that? But I saw this. So I want to think about face. When I think of moving my body, I want to think of face. So the F stands for flexibility.
I'm writing this down, by the way, because I don't know if I know these ones. Okay.
Yeah. The F stands for flexibility. So I want to be able to stretch, I want to be able to reach high, on a shelf to get something. And that takes flexibility. And so I have to do some stretching in order to maintain my flexibility. That's the lotion part of your motion is lotion. When you move your joints through a range of motion, it creates lubrication for the joint.
Yes. And let's just pause on that for a second, because often I think as we get older or when we start to feel stiffness, we hesitate to move because of some discomfort. There's a little pain, or there's a little bit of a rickety, we feel that maybe it's arthritis, maybe it's just stiffness. And that can happen at any age and from injuries or just age. But actually we want to move into that gently to create the lubrication, right? Not to stay kind of stiff, and move out of fear or worry of a discomfort, and I'm not talking about like severe injuries, right? You got to be really careful with that. But when we actually, maybe we start out with a slow range of motion, and within a couple of seconds, you start to feel like, oh, okay, I can open that up, right? And then eventually you're opening up and extending and kind of fully the full range of motion.
Right.
But if you don't move it, there's no lubrication. There's no, So that's a really, it's a really great point to make there.
Yeah. So F is flexibility, and then A is aerobic.
Aerobic.
Yeah, aerobic. And so that would be like,
what is that? Yeah. What does that actually mean? What does it mean to say aerobic?
Right. Well, you're using your heart and your lungs, in a way that gets, or you're putting enough effort in a way that makes you breathe a little harder, and then also your heart rate going up a little bit. And there are people who talk about zone 1, zone 2, zone 4, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not getting into that minutia right here, but I want to get my heart rate up a little bit. So I want to stress my heart just a little bit, not, so that to work my heart muscle, and that just helps with so many things. With my blood pressure, with circulation, with the heart lung, the physiology, with my oxygenation, so many different things that it improves. So aerobic, and that would be, walking on a treadmill, riding your bike, whatever, jazzercise, square dancing,
Yeah. It can also be weightlifting. When people weightlift lighter weights, but more quickly, moving from stage to stage, your heart rate's going to come up.
Yeah.
And if you're lifting heavy weights and taking long, like a minute break between sets, your heart rate will come up and then come down. And it kind of tends to be a little bit of those sprint intervals or hit intervals. But it's really any time your heart rate comes up out of your, sort of baseline.
Aerobic. Yeah. So, and then C, FAC, carry a heavy load. Carry a heavy load. Yes. That's the C. We want to be able to, carry the groceries in from the grocery store at, when we're 70, when we're 80, we want to be able to pick up our grandkids, the 20, 30-pound grandchild. We want to be able to move a little, the furniture or something like that. We want to be able to have this functional movement and the ability to lift a weight. It doesn't have to be 100 pounds over your head, or, we're not out to win any medals, per se. But we want to maintain health, we want to be able to carry a load.
Yeah, it's so important, and carrying some loads through ranges of motion as well, right? Yeah. We want to pick something up and put it on a shelf, or pick something up and take it down from a shelf, right? When we, there's certain things we do that have a little weight to it, something up and putting it over your shoulder, like a heavy bag or something. And I think, that's so important, because if we ignore it, eventually we just simply lose the ability to do it. And as we're younger, we take advantage and take it for granted that we can. And you don't have to do much to keep the ability when you're younger. But as we get older, if we're not addressing the ranges of motion of this, eventually we'll lose that ability to do that certain thing in that range of motion. And most people that I'm talking to, as we're aging and coming into midlife and into retirement years, what do people want? They want to be able to do the things that they've been able to do. Right? They want to live life. They want to have a quality of life. They want to be able, like you mentioned, those things that they want to do. So they want to maintain what they have. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so, and carrying that load means that I want muscle mass on my body, and muscle is the organ of longevity. It's been said over and over, time and time again. And yeah, it's because, and then I want it's the quality of the muscle too, that's going to help me do that functional movement. And then the E part of that is equilibrium or balance. And so, I want to be able to walk, and walking takes balance, right? Or if I stumble a little bit, I want to be able to have that balance or the strength to be able to recover from that little stumble if I trip on something or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So balance is really important as we are getting older.
Yeah. I would add something to that balance thing that I've recently kind of been made aware of, is that as we age, not only do we lose balance unless we're using it, unless we're practicing it, and that equilibrium, but we're also losing our fast twitch muscles. So some people have more fast twitch muscles than the slow twitch by nature. That's not me. I've never had fast twitches. I've never been naturally like a fast runner or a
Right.
explode, and some people have that more than others. But no matter what you had as a kid or growing up, as we get older, we maintain slow twitch, but we lose fast twitch. And we need the fast twitch to catch ourselves. Right? If you trip on something, not only do you want to have the balance to hold your body, but you want that quick response of the other foot to catch you, right? Or if you're going to, grab a wall or something, but we need that quick twitch.
Yeah.
So along with balance exercises, they recommend kind of like fast feet, where you run and like you do like,
right. Yeah.
kind of a football player where they kind of turn to go, with their feet.
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And you kind of, and then you step out wider,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of just twitching those feet and getting them to move faster.
Right.
It can also help prevent when we're walking, the scuffling. People drop the feet and then they trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. So, if you don't use it, you lose it. I actually played, I was just throwing the ball. My son was on a summer softball league. And so we were just throwing the ball back and forth, man. And that was the first time I had thrown a ball in a while. Woo. Yeah. I was like, oh, I have lost that. So I'm, what do I need to do to keep that going, help that. But, and then the other thing I was thinking of is that, so next week I'm leaving to go to Atlanta because, my son's getting married on October 4th. And I want to be able to, I need the flexibility. I need aerobics. I need to be able to carry, a load. I need the balance because there's a mother-son dance going on.
Yes. Yep.
And yes, so all of those things, I want to be able to go woo and twirl and go fast, go slow, get my groove on. Yeah, and all of those things are important. FACE, important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun to think about. The way you just described that is the why behind what you're doing, the desire. You have a desire and a want, and that is what drives us to do hard things or to discipline ourselves to get the bigger picture, the bigger reward, right? To follow these deep desires and to overcome the resistance that we have of not doing, these exercises or these movements, or to practice it regularly. When suddenly you connect it to what you want to do, motivation pops up. Right?
Yeah.
There's motivation behind that.
Yeah. So that's my motivation. Yeah. So, okay. So we are going to dive into these exercise hacks or mantras or compressed information.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will, if we can hang on to these little nuggets, these little pearls, then they might pop up through our day and it will motivate us to, do these little exercise snacks or start a regimen or make some goals and get you moving. Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully this will be exciting and fun and change the perspective of what we do and why we do it.
Yeah. I gotta exercise. But until yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for fun.
I get to exercise. I still can.
I can, yes. And I'm gonna keep on canning.
And if you can't, or you feel like you're limited, like you were saying, you've got a limitation, but that's not a no to exercise, right? That's not a no to all forms of movement. It's a protect this foot in whatever way needed, but still move my body in other ways. I love to use the word pivot. What a great word. When obstacles come our way, when we're on vacation, when challenges come up and it throws us off our norm, throws us off our routine, we've got to be flexible, in our habits and pivot.
Right.
That is a key to the maintenance. That is key to the long-term sustainability of health. And when we can pivot quickly, because that's typically the thing that throws people off. You get an injury, you have a vacation, someone gets sick, you get sick, and suddenly it's been a couple weeks, and then everything that you were studying for. Yeah. And then a year later, you wake up and go, wow, what happened?
Yeah, right.
And, you've gained the weight back. You're not moving. You got to start all over again. It's so frustrating.
Yes, yeah. So you're focusing on what you can do versus what you can't do. Yeah. So great. All right. Well, Rachel, so tell us what's for dinner.
What's for dinner tonight? Well, husband is gone for several days, which is like, I get to have this wonderful, great separation time, and then we get to come back and it's so wonderful, right? So I love my alone time. So I'm going to dig through the freezer at some things that I freeze and I sneak it because otherwise he'll eat it all. He's like this.
You have to hide your food. Is that what you're saying?
There's probably some psychology behind this that I probably need to, address, but yes, I hide my food. So if I make a big batch of something, if I don't hide some of it, he will consume it all quickly. And so I will take small portions of it and like squirrel it away in the freezer and like hide it behind, the ice cubes or whatever. So he can't find it. And actually, let's be honest, I don't have to really hide it that much because if he opens the fridge and says, where's the ketchup? It's right in front of him, but he can't see it. So I could put it in and he won't even know it's there. It's fine. So I'm going to go back through my freezer and find, I think I froze a couple sauces that I had made and a couple of like stews or soups or something and just start, kind of eating because all I need is for one,
Yeah, right.
Pull those out and kind of eat out of what I did weeks ago. Yeah. Or even months ago in the freezer.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it will be yet, but I saw some things in there today and I'm like, ooh, what am I going to pull out? Yeah.
Yes. And so I have to empty the fridge because we want to eat everything in the fridge or, so it doesn't go bad.
Yeah.
So, I'm eating out of that base salad and I had another word or phrase for the base salad.
Oh,
It'll come to me. Anyway, it'll come to me. It was good. It'll come back.
Okay. When you think about it, text it to me and then I'll add it to our notes so we can bring it to this next time.
That sounds good. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And so, yes, we're figuring that. So, and then, so I'm just having to eat up all the vegetables that are in my fridge. Yeah.
Great. That's great. That can feel good to clean it out and not have to overthink and shop and do more stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I will be gone next week.
Okay.
Next Thursday. And I'm not going to make any promises to try to get on because there's probably so much wedding stuff to do.
Oh yeah. So much to do. Yeah. All right.
Yes. And so we'll come back in 2 weeks then.
That sounds good.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.